May 3rd, 2023, and here are my 3 free best bets. Let's go. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bet sports betting video for you where we break down some of our best plays of the day, hoping to help you make some money, and as always, cashing in and beating the sports books. Last night, our 4-day winning streak did come to an end. That's why I'm wearing the lucky Kansas hat. Hopefully, we can get back on track, right? We did go 1-2 on the night. We won on the D-backs first half. We had to sweat that one out even. Gallon gave up some runs. We had to sweat that one out, and we lost on the hook on the Lakers. We lost by 1 point on that on the under, and then the Twins, they also lost on the money line, so that kind of ruined that 2-team parlay there. You can see our record right here. All right, still over 500. We're still in profit, but obviously we want to get back on track today. So as always, please share this video with somebody who you know sports bets. We went 4 days in a row with a winner, and we're going to get back on track today. So I want you to share this plays with somebody who you know sports bet. If you could like this video, subscribe to the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. Let's get after it. So for my first best bet of the day, I'm going for a team total on this one. I'm going Celtics over 58.5 first half points. Odds about -120 on Bovada. Your book might have something a little bit different. So if you tuned into the show on April 27th, you know we took a very similar bet in the game 6 against the Hawks for the Celtics, and we cashed on that first half winner, and we're going to run it back today. Now the total is actually 4 points lower in this game than it was in that game. Now, like I mentioned in that video, the Celtics did lead the league in first half points per game during the regular season, just shy of 61 points per game. And they scored 66 points in the first half of the last game against the Sixers. So with Embiid out, and I feel like the Sixers are just not as much of a defensive threat. Yes, they still have PJ Tucker there, but really, you know, they're going to look to push the ball more, play a lot faster, because you don't have Embiid trailing the play or having to wait to set up in the half court for him to get his touches. They can really let it go. They shot a lot of threes last game. I expect to see the same thing happen this game, right? And because they're not as much of a defensive threat, you saw the Celtics actually be able to exploit that in the last matchup. In that first half, they shot 22 of 26 at the rim, and the 76ers paint defense was basically non-existent. And then keep that in mind, they shot so well from the rim, but Boston is also second in the NBA in three-point attempt rate at about 44% in terms of the amount of shots that they shoot threes. So the thing is, they know they can have an advantage on the inside if they need to, but they still are going to stretch the floor and shoot the threes that they usually do with Tatum, Brogdon, Brown, Smart. And I think because of that, we should go over this total. We don't have as much of a defensive threat and a faster pace of play here. So give me the Celtics over 58.5 first half points, as they're going to have to come out and send a message after losing last game. They're -10 favorites right now on the book, so I can't really take the spread on this one right now. So because of that, I think they're going to get out there. Now, I've got a bonus pick for you. Here's a bonus pick. Jason Tatum over 9.5 rebounds. That's about -105 on my book. Now, he averages about 9 rebounds a game. He had 11 rebounds in the last game, and with no Embiid, there's not a big rebounding presence down there for the 76ers. And then they also, again, both teams shooting a lot of threes right now, which leads to long rebounds, which also leads to faster pace of play. We've got about a total around 216 right now, so that's kind of middle of the pack. Tatum is going to grab those rebounds, so I really like that play as well today as well. All right, so for my second best bet, we're going to go to the baseball diamond, and I'm going to go with the Guardians on the money line here at about -136. The best book has this at is FanDuel right now. Now, the Guardians are sending their ace Shane Bieber to the mound, and he's 2-1 on the year, 3.11 ERA, so pretty decent. But the Yankees, they're starting Clark Schmidt, and he's 0 for 3 with a 6.84 ERA. Now listen, Clark Schmidt in his last start got absolutely killed against the Rangers. He gave up 10 base hits, 5 earned runs, and even a home run. And then what makes the matters even worse is that the Yankees are facing Shane Bieber, the Guardians ace, and they're without Stanton and Judge, and as a result, their offense has been really slow lately. Besides yesterday's game where they scored 4 runs, the Yankees have not been able to score over 3 runs in 6 straight games, and that's not going to get it done against Shane Bieber, okay? You're going to have to be able to get run support or going to be able to hit him if you're expecting to beat this guy, okay? He pitched well against the Yankees in their April 10th start, where he went 7 innings and only gave up 2 earned runs, which ended up becoming a 3-2 win for the Guardians. And then in his last start at Fenway Park, which is a very hitter-friendly ballpark, he went 7 innings and only gave up 2 earned runs in that one. So like I mentioned, the Yankees aren't scoring a lot of runs to begin with. Shane Bieber ain't giving up a lot of runs. That's not a good recipe mix right there. So give me the Guardians on the money line as my second best bet of the day. And now for my final best bet of the day, we're going to go for a 2-team steamer on this one. We got a 2-team money line parlay. I'm going to take the Cubs money line and I'm going to parlay that with the Mariners money line. Gets us to about plus 135 odds on that one. So for the Cubs, we got Stroman on the mound for the Cubs. He's 2-2 on the year, 2.39 ERA. And besides his bad outing against the Dodgers where he gave up 5 runs and that really boosted up his ERA, he hasn't given up more than 2 runs in the game so far this year. So that's really good. That's really solid. And he's actually been better on the road than he's been at home. On the road, he's sporting an ERA of 1.59. Now, they're on the road against the Nationals today. And truthfully, the Nationals are going to have their work cut out for them because they're sending minor leaguer Jake Irvin to the mound. They called him up yesterday. He's coming into pitching today. And he's 2-2 on the year in the minor leagues with a 5.39 ERA at AAA Rochester. Now, listen, ERA is not everything, but if you're having a 5.39 ERA in AAA and now you got to come out and face the Cubs in Major League Baseball, that's going to be a little bit tough. And that's not a side that I want to back a lot of times. And it also doesn't help that the Nationals are not really good offensively. They're ranked dead last in baseball in isolated power, and then also 28th in the league in terms of team OPS against right-handed pitchers. So that does not match up against a pitcher who's in good form. So because of that, give me the Cubs on the money line here as the first parlay leg. Now in the second parlay leg, we're going to go out west for a later night matchup, and we've got the Mariners taking on the Oakland A's, and I really like the Mariners in this matchup because they've got Logan Gilbert on the mound. Okay, he's been okay so far in the year, not too sharp as he was last year. He's 1-1 with a 4.23 ERA, and yes, like I mentioned, he hasn't been as sharp. He gave up 4 earned runs in back-to-back starts against the Phillies and the Brewers, but the good thing is that the A's are sending JP Sears to the mound, and he's 0-2 with a 6.23 ERA. Then his last matchup against the Angels, he gave up 6 earned runs, and this just does not match up well for the A's because they just don't really have that good of an offense, right? Last night, even if you watched the game last night, they had a no-hitter going into the 8th inning. They only gave 1 run of support, and they ended up losing that game 2-1 off of 3 hits. 3 hits beat them. So that's really not going to get the job done, I think, against the Mariners team, which is better on offense. And because of that, JP Sears, he typically needs the run support. He gives up a lot of runs. And you might want to look at the over, but this is not a hitter-friendly ballpark. It's one of the bigger ballparks in the league. So because of that, I think there's going to be a lot of runs to go around both ways. But because of that, I have to lean with the Mariners here. They're setting the better pitcher with more experience, and then also who's just been in better form, and they've got the better offense and better lineup. And because of that, I got the Mariners on the money line. You parlay that with the Cubs money line. If you want to play around with adding maybe like the Rays to that, you can. There are a few other games out there that I like, and I think there's a few combinations today because we've got games going all day today that you'll have the ability to make some money and run it up, all right? That's it for me today, my friends. I want to see y'all make some money. So as always, drop a quick comment. Let me know what you're taking. And then also shoot me a message inside the Telegram group as I'll be dropping plays all throughout the day and trying to make us run up the bag. Wednesdays are travel days in baseball, so we got games starting at like 10, 11 o'clock. And I'm planning to run it down all day long. So make sure you're tapped into that so this way you can see what plays are taken. And as always, dictate your fate. Let's make some money today. Let's get back on track. Let's sweep the board. Let's go.